Hey guys, today I'm going to react and break down Derek Trucks' solo to The Sky is Crying. This is the version that he played with the Allman Brothers in Boston in 2011. I'll include the link in the description as well, but yeah, let's get right into it. So tasty. Ooh. Nice. Oh man, so awesome. Oh man, wow. So that is definitely one of my favorite solos I've heard Derek take. And I remember when my friend showed me that years and years ago, and I was just blown away by it. And I've just constantly revisited the solo ever since. So yeah, I mean, before we start it, I mean, just some things. He's just basically using minor and major pentatonic and just mixing it. So, nothing like really super fancy scale wise or anything. It's just minor and major pentatonic, and it's just his phrasing and rhythm that's really making all his lines sound the way they are. So, yeah, let's just start from the beginning. I mean, I'm still kind of blown away. I've heard the solo countless times. I'm still blown away by it. But yeah, let's take it from the beginning, which is around 6:10.
My poor heart will surely skip a beat.
So this is the end of the 12th bar before Derek's solo. All right, so honestly, one of my favorite parts of the solo is when he plays nothing. No, but I'm kidding. What I mean by that is just his patience when he's building up into the solo. So the first lick doesn't even come until the last beat of the 4th measure. So, and the lick he's hitting is on the 2nd string, and he's sliding into the root, so going from the 11th fret to the 13th fret, and we're in C, by the way, so we're going from B flat, your flat 7, to your root. So just going, then doing a volume swell into that. So if you don't know how to do Derek's volume swells, you basically just what he does is he anchors his thumb on the pickup right here, and then he just rolls, starting with his pinky to his index. So he's just doing that going into the root. And once you slide into the root, what he's doing is you're plucking and then sliding to the root, by the way. You're going... Oh, wait. Alright, so what he's doing there is after you slide into the root, you slide down to the 11th fret, which is your flat 7, down to the 8th fret, which is your 5th G, and then back to your flat 7. So what we have so far is... And that's all one pluck starting at the beginning. Then from the 11th fret, you pluck, and you do a backward slide into the 6th fret. And that's your note F or your 4th right there. And you're going... So what's he doing there? Basically after you do that backward slide into F, you're going... You're just nudging it slightly out of tune. And this is like... what you call a microtone. You've probably heard that term before, but basically I'm just nudging it so it's somewhere in between F and F sharp. It's kind of hard to say exactly. It's about halfway, maybe a little more, a little less, but really you want to use your ear to guide that. So going. And what you're doing is you're nudging it slightly out of tune, and once you do that, you do another backward slide into the 4th fret on your 2nd string, which is E flat, your flat 3rd. And you're doing the same thing, you're just nudging that slightly out of tune as well between E flat and E. So going. Alright. So again, that whole phrase is... Alright, so let's move on to the next phrase. Alright, so the next part, he just repeats the first lick again. So, yep. And then you're going. So what he's doing is around the 8th fret. So this is where a lot of his licks will center around, is between frets 8 and 6. And what he's doing, and you know, the 2 frets above as well, but what he's doing is he's going sliding from the 8th fret to the 10th fret on the 2nd string, so from G to A, your 5th and 6th, and you're going, so sliding to your 6th, plucking your fifth rather, sliding into your sixth and sliding back into your fifth. And then from there, you're plucking the third string, which is your third or your E, and you're going. So after you pluck your third string, you slide it down to the sixth fret, which is your major second, and then plucking at the sixth fret, sliding into your root on the fourth string at the eighth fret. So you're going, and you're plucking your root twice, and you're going, and then you're plucking the third string and sliding into the eighth fret. You're going. So after you slide into the eighth fret on the third string, you just play the eighth fret on your fourth string, and then your fifth, and then after you do play the fifth string, you just do a backward slide. So that entire phrase is. Okay, so let's move on to the next phrase. Alright, so what's going on there? We're doing hold on. I just want to make sure I got that last ending note right. Okay, yep. So he's going. Alright, so what is he doing right there? He's starting with a pluck at the sixth fret on your second string, so your fourth, and you're going. So basically you're sliding the eighth fret on the second string, and then plucking the first string at the second fret, so your flat 7, your B flat, then sliding to the root. So far we have, and then flat 7 at the 6th fret. So basically, then after that we're going 8th fret on the 2nd string, so Hans. Alright. So after you pluck the 5th string, you pluck it again, and you do a backward slide. So after you do the backward slide on the 5th, you slide into the 3rd, and then you do you pluck the 4th string at the 8th fret, and you're doing a backward slide to the 6th fret, and then doing the same thing on the 5th string. So that entire lick is. Alright, so let's move on to the next lick. Nice. Yeah, so this is where he starts cranking up a little bit. Yeah. Alright, so what he's doing there is it starts on the 2nd string at the 10th fret, so your A or your natural 6th. You're plucking that, and then from there you're plucking the 1st string and you're sliding into the 11th fret, so your flat 3rd, your E flat, and you're going. So what are the notes he's doing there? He's going flat 3rd, 4th, and then 5th, or the frets 11, 13, 15. So we go. So far we have, or no. Is he sliding into that? No, right there. Alright, yeah, so he's going. So he's not sliding into any of those notes, I believe, anyways. And this is the stuff you want to look out for when you're transcribing these slide lines. Is he sliding into the notes? Is he sliding out of it? Is he just playing it straight? So I think he's just playing it straight here mostly, but he's just going. So basically we're going 11 frets 11, 13, 15, 11, 8, and then after that sliding into the 11th fret and just nudging it slightly out of tune. So we're going. And we're plucking each one of those notes except for the 11th fret the last time on the first string. We're just sliding into it and then nudging it slightly out of tune. So again, that entire lick is. Okay. All right, so. So what he's doing there is he's sliding into the 15th fret on your first string, so your 5th, and just sliding it into the 14th fret back into the 15th. So going, and then playing the 18th fret on your first string, then backwards slide into the 13th fret, and then going. So you're going. So yeah, after the 5th, flat 5th, 5th, flat 7, and then backward slide into the 13th fret, which is your 4th, and just going. Nudging it slightly out of tune, and then sliding down to your flat 3rd and root, and then going. So it's. Let me just make sure that's correct. One more time. Yeah, and then after that, he's just going similar to a lick he did earlier. He's going on the 2nd string, sliding to the 10th fret, your 6th, sliding back into your 5th at the 8th fret, and then plucking the 3rd string at the 8th fret, and then doing a backward slide on the 3rd string to the 6th, and then sliding into your root on the 4th string at the 8th fret. So. And then finally ending it with a slide into your 3rd on your 3rd string at the 8th fret. Whew. All right, so this is where he starts. I mean, I said this already, but he turns up another notch right here. So what's going on with that lick right there? What he's doing is he's starting it on your 6th root. So at the 2nd string, 10th fret, 1st string, 8th fret, he's going. And then I believe he's sliding into that 6th right there. Nope, he's just playing it straight, so he's going. So after he plays those 2 notes, he slides into the 11th fret, and he just nudges that out of tune a little bit. And he's just going. And he does like 2 nudges, and really use your ear to find that pitch. So I'll play that one more time. Okay. Okay, yeah, so right there he's going 6, root. So you've probably heard me talk about in previous videos how he likes to do this lick 3, 1, 2, 6, 1. In this case, he's doing flat 3, I think anyways. But he's going 6, 1, flat, flat 3, root, 2, 6, root, and he's plucking all that, I think, so far. So going. Yep, and then he's going sliding to that flat third. Yep, so he's plucking each one of those, and then playing your root, and then what he's doing there is he's doing a slide to your second root 6, or the frets 8, 10, 8, 5. So that entire lick is. All right. All right, so he's basically kind of doing some call and response with himself. So this would be like part A. And then this would be part B right here. Then he does part A again. And then he, instead of doing like a repeat of part B, basically, he does a variation leading into the next section. Whew. All right, so this is where he starts to get really slidey anyways, but he's going 6 root, 6 root, and then sliding into your 4th, which is your first string at the 13th fret, and we're going. So basically we're sliding into that 4th, and then sliding it slightly out of tune, and then after we slide slightly out of tune, we slide back to flat 3, root, flat 7. So far we have. And then, so those are the frets 13, 11, 8, and 6, by the way. And then from there, we're plucking the second string at the 6th fret, so your 4th again. How is he on that exactly? Alright, yeah, so we're going. Sliding it to flat 3rd, root, flat 3. Oh my god. And then plucking your root and then sliding to your flat 3 and nudging out of tune. So that entire lick is. Okay. All right, so right there he's going. So what I think he's doing there is he's sliding into your flat 7, which is the second string at the 11th fret, and then he's doing this little shake with his slide, and he's going. And what he's doing is after he does that shake between your flat 7 and 6, so he's sliding down to the 5th, 4th, 5th. And that's all one pluck. So, and then from there we're going. going from there, after the 5th, we're plucking at the third string, 8th fret, and then doing another shake between the 6th and 7th frets, or your 2nd or flat 3rd. So, and after we do that, we slide down to the 4th fret, which is your root, and then sliding to the 8th fret on your 3rd string, and then going 8 on your 4th and 5th string. So that's okay. Oh, hold on 1 second. Phone's going off. Gotta fix that. All right, perfect. Awesome. All right, so that's very similar to that previous lick. So he's going. All right, yeah. So he actually does a lick very similar to this in the B.B. King John Mayer video I did previously. But basically, what he does is he's. So he starts that lick very similarly with flat 7 shake. Basically the same, all the same up until there, and then go same, but instead of ending it right there, he's going on the 5th string, backward slide to the 6th fret, 4th fret. So, and then sliding into the 10th fret on the 5th string, which is your 6. Root on the 4th string, 8th fret. So far we have. And then. So 3rd, root, 5th, and then doing a pluck and sliding into the 3rd and sliding into it twice. So that mouthful is. Alright, so one more time a little bit slower. Okay. So right here he uses the Dwayne Elmore box between 8 and 6, frets 8 and 6. So he's going on the 1st string. So he's going 8, 6 on the 1st string, then 8, 6 on the 2nd string, and then he's plucking the 8th fret and doing a quick slide down to the 6th fret, and then plucking the 3rd string at the 7th fret, and then 4th string at the 8th fret. So basically, the intervals root, flat 7, 5th, 4th, flat 3, root. So, and then after you pluck the root, you do a backward slide to the flat 7, slide into the root again, and then going. Then plucking the 3rd string and sliding into the 3rd, and then sliding into the 5th at the 11th fret on the 3rd string. So, and then plucking the 4th string and doing a backward slide into the 8th fret on the 4th string, then plucking the 3rd string and sliding into that major 3rd again. So that entire lick is. Okay. All right, so here he does some really Dwayne stuff. So he slides into that flat 7 right there on the 2nd string at the 11th fret. And he's going. All right, so. And what he's doing is he's flat 7, and then on the same fret on the 3rd string, he's playing the 5th, and he's just alternating between those two. He's going. And he's going flat 7, 5th, flat 7, 5th, and then doing a Dwayne lick down here where he's going plucking the 2nd string at the 8th fret, doing a backward slide to the 6th fret on the 2nd string, plucking the 7th fret on the 3rd string, and then doing a pluck and slide into the 8th fret. So that entire lick is. And notice when he slides into that flat 7, he milks that slide a little bit. So he's like starting it more at the 10 and going. All right. And then just kind of repeating that lick again. And just going. Hold on. Slight, let me check that. Yep, so. Okay, yeah, so just go. So basically the same thing, but then just ending it with a couple plucks on the root. And then this lick. Alright, right there he's doing a pretty Elmore James-ish lick. And he's starting with a pluck at the 6th fret on the 1st string. And then going sliding into the 8th fret, sliding back into the 6th fret, and then doing the same thing on the 2nd string. So going. And then plucking the 1st string and sliding into the 8th fret. So. And what's cool here is rhythmically, at first he's playing on the downbeat, so he's going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then after that, he starts playing these sort of like offbeat triplet rhythms. So basically, if you're thinking in terms of 3, he's hitting every other one. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You notice how the numbers I was emphasizing were your hits right there. So if I was counting triplets, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He starts doing that when he's leading into the solo. So I don't think this is exactly it, but an example of how you could utilize it is like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then into the next part. I botched that last note, but get the point. Alright, so right there we're going, after we play the root a bunch of times, we're going flat 3, 4, so going, and then 5th, and then sliding into the flat 5th, so going, and then plucking the 5th again, and then 4, flat 3, and then root, flat 3 again, so we're going. Hold on, one more time. Okay. Yeah, so root, flat 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 5th, 5th, and then 4th, flat 3rd, root, and then 3rd, and then doing a slight bend, half tune into the 3rd, so it's. Okay. Alright, so there we're just, it's around this Albert King box, by the way. So 13, 11, 13. And he's basically just going root, flat 3rd, 4th, and then 5th, flat 5th, 5th again, so a lot of the same notes. Let me listen to that one more time. While it loads. Yep, so he's just going. So, root, flat 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 5th, 5th, flat 3rd, 4th, and then root, and one more time. Oh yeah, and then just ending it with the 5th to flat 5th sort of thing. So he does a lot of this. So. Something like that anyways. And if you notice too, he's doing a bunch of these grooves too leading up to the notes as he's building up intensity, okay? One more time. All right. Alright, so very similar to a lick he did earlier, but just an octave up. So what he's doing is at the 20th fret, he's going on the 2nd string, plucking, and then 1st string, 18th, 20, and then sliding into what would be your 23rd fret, but it's above the 22nd fret, which is the end of the neck right here. So you're going to have to use your ear a little bit, so it's... So we're going 5th, flat 7, root, flat 3, and then root, flat 7, 5th, backward slide into the 4th and doing that twice. And then flat 3rd, at the 3rd string, 19th fret, and then ending on the root on the 4th string, 20th fret. So. And then ending on the root again. So again, like, you know, it's just a lot of the same licks he's doing, just in different combinations with each other. It's just really his phrasing that's really making it. Hold on one second. What is he doing there? Yeah, so something like his. So he's going sliding into the 5th, and then it's just that Dwayne lick where he's just sliding in between those 2 notes, and he's going. Okay, yeah, he's just playing a couple of those notes in a row. He's going. So sliding into your 5th, plucking and doing a backward slide to your 4th, and then 3rd on your 3rd string, and then flat 3rd anyways. Then sliding into your 5th, and then plucking again, and then doing a backward slide into your 4th. So. And then after you pluck the 5th twice, you start doing a backward slide, and then you're doing a pluck into the 8th fret on strings 2 and 3, I think, and then plucking that twice, and then doing plucking both your 4th and 5th string at the 20th fret and doing backward slides to the 18th fret on each of those. So. So something like that anyways. Oh yeah, I love this part. Alright, so right here he's just going. So right there he's going 6, root, and just plucking the root 3 times. 4 times, and then sliding into the major 2nd at the 22nd fret. So we have string 2 at the 22nd fret for your 6th, and then your root at the 20th fret on your 1st string, and then your 2nd is at the 22nd fret on your 1st string. So we have. All right, and he does that twice, and oh man, I love that lick. Alright, so very similar to that lick earlier. So flat 3, root, flat 7, 5th, backward slide to the 4th, doing that again. Then flat 3, then root. So. And then after he plays the root, he does a backward slide to flat 7, back into the root, and then flat 3. So he just does a lot of those type of licks. Alright. Alright, so right there, again, return to the Albert King box. We're just going 5th, flat 3rd, and then slide from the 4th to the 5th, but he's really milking that slide right there. So he's going. So sliding to the 5th, and then 4th, flat 3rd, and then milking that slide to the 5th again. So. Then flat 3rd, root, then flat 3rd, and nudging that. Yep. So. Okay. Alright, so that lick right there, he's going. So right there, he's sliding into the 5th on the 1st string at the 15th fret and just doing 8th notes, just going. And after he does that a few times, he goes. He plucks the 15th fret and slides into the 18th, plucks the 15th and then slides into the 18th again. And then he does a backward slide into the 13th fret on the 1st string, and he just does one of those nudges out of tune, and then does a backward slide to the 11th fret on the 1st string. So that entire lick is. Then the next part. Alright, right there, he's just doing backward slides from the 8th fret each on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string, and then ending on a bunch of plucks on the 4th string. Alright, so next part. Alright, so right there he's just sliding into the 20th fret on strings 1, 2, and 3. And after he hits that a couple times, he starts doing backward slide at the 8th fret. 20th fret on strings 1, 2, and 3 each. So, and then ending it with a pluck and slide to the 20th fret, which is your root. So that part is all right. All right, right there he starts really ripping those licks off the fretboard. So, and right before he hits that lick, he does another little backward slide from your 5th to your 4th, and then plucking your flat 3rd. And that's at the 20th fret and 18th fret on your 2nd string, and then 19th fret on your 3rd string. And then he's going. And right there, he's beginning with a pluck, starting at the flat 3rd, and he's just nudging it up each time. He's just playing a rhythm of 8th notes. So it's. And then after that, he's going. Let's see. Alright, so very similar to licks we were doing earlier. We're just doing flat 3rd, root, flat 7, 5th, so frets 23 on the first string, 20, 18, and then on the second string, 20th fret, which is your 5th, and we're just doing that again, so. And then after that, we're just doing plucking your 5th twice, and each time sliding into your 4th. And then after we do that, we pluck your flat 3rd on your 3rd string, and then ending on the root. And then ending with a slide to your 3rd again. Then after that, we're doing, starting very similarly, where we're just going. Doing a bend into your flat 3rd, and then 6 root. So he's doing that a couple times. And then just that same lick we just did a moment before. So just a lot of the same licks. He's just phrasing them in different ways and using them in different spots. You know, it's just part of like his brilliance. It's just his phrasing. And then just some radical sounding backwards thing. That time he's doing 3 root 5th. So on your 3rd, 4th, and 5th strings at the 20th fret. Where are those 2 notes he's doing? Oh, and then he's just doing flat 4, and then flat 3. Then. Man, I love that part. He's on the 2nd string, sliding into the 23rd fret again, if there was a 23rd fret, which is your flat 7, and he's plucking it. And what I love about this lick, that's cool, is he plucks it twice. The first time he does no vibrato at all, and then the second time he has vibrato. So he's going. Just really, really tasty. Hold on 1 second. Let me watch that one more time. Alright, so it's very similar to the licks he was doing earlier, but just kind of on hyperspeed. So he's going. And then. Something like that, anyways. Hold on 1 second. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so I see how he's connecting it. He's connecting it on the 2nd string, so this is not going to be exactly it, but I'm going to show you the roadmap to how he gets there anyway. So he's going. And then. So. No. So. So basically after he does that flat 7, he does 5th, flat 7, 5th, 4th, flat 3rd, root, flat 7, 5th. And that's on the frets 23, 18, 16, 14, 13, 11, 8. So something like that anyways. And when he's reaching the flat 7, he's doing another shake right there. So it's and after he reaches that 5th, he's doing sliding down to that 4th and then plucking the 3rd string and doing a shake between the 2nd flat 3, sliding down to your root, and then doing that similar lick from earlier. So let me listen to one more time. Okay. Alright, so a little bit closer. We're going 5th. I mean, flat 7, flat 7. Then 5th, flat 7. 4th, flat 3rd, 4th. And then we start doing that slide down. Flat 3rd, root, flat 7, shake. 5th, 4th. And then on the 3rd string, going from 2nd, flat 3rd, root, and then going sliding into your 3rd on your 3rd string at the 8th fret, and then plucking your 4th and 5th strings at the 8th fret, and then sliding down to your 4th and flat 3rd. Okay. Once, just back up 2 seconds. All right, so right there, he's just going on the 4th string, just plucking the root at the 8th fret. Alright, so right there, he just, after plucking the root a few times, he starts doing, he's plucking strings 2, 3, and 4, roughly, and starting at the 13th fret, he starts doing these gradual slide ups, and it starts from the 13th to the 15th fret, and then after he reaches there, he skips up to the 16th and starts doing it to the 18th fret, so it's... Once you get to the end of it, you start bouncing between the 20th and 18th fret on those strings. And then into the last lick, or one of the last licks. Alright, and then there he's going 5th, flat 7, root, and then flat 3, root, flat 7, 5th, and then flat 3, root, flat 7, 5th, backward slide to the flat 5th, and then root, so... Alright, and then... The daisies. Alright, so right there he's doing a pluck into the 5th at the 20th fret on the 6th string, and he's just continuing to pluck that while doing a descending slide. So going, descending in pitch. So, and once he reaches the end of that, he goes 5th, 4th, root, and then flat 3rd. So that entire lick is. Then one more time. Alright, so there he's just doing a classic Elmore lick at the end. So he's going root, flat 7, root, flat 7, 5th. So we have. And then plucking the 5th again and doing a backwards slide. So. And then flat 3rd, root. Then double stop on your 2nd, 3rd string at the 8th fret, downward rake, and then going, which is just plucking your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string into the 8th fret, doing backwards slide, and then plucking and sliding into your 5th. And yeah, that is it. Besides the classic BB King thing at then, but that's another video. So yeah, so if you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe to the channel. I am going to be doing more of these types of videos in the future, so I hope to see you guys more. All right, enjoy.